If you're like me, you've probably already tried the 3 new odd jobs in the game already, those being the paper route, the firefighter, and the forklift operator. Well, 1 week later, after trying my hand at all 3, I wanted to give you my honest breakdown and assessment of what I would consider the top 3 of this bunch. But please don't take what I'm about to say as gospel. If you enjoy playing any one of these, or you haven't had a chance to dive into any of these yourself, completely ignore what I'm about to say and dive in and continue to have fun. This is simply my 2-cent opinion. So right off the bat, you're probably wondering what my criteria is going to be for this ranking. Well, it's pretty simple. Playability. That's it. And there's a reason for this. You see, all the odd jobs in the game, including the 3 you're going to see here now, they don't pay that well, and they do not offer huge incentive as far as RP. And that's the point. They're basically just that, odd jobs. Their purpose was meant to provide a welcome change from all the other missions containing death and carnage. So for the playability, I'll be looking for the following specific criteria. Number 1, the length of time, which is basically how long it takes you to complete. Balanced, of course, with how much money you'll be making in the process. Number 2, the playthrough experience. And this includes 2 things. A, is the playthrough seamless? Meaning, is there any crazy glitches or bugs that are going to cause any annoyance? And B, is the playthrough somewhat interesting? Meaning, is it going to hold my attention for the duration of the actual job? And finally, number 3, repeatability. Is this job something you would consider playing again and again? Alright, in no particular order, first up is the paper route. This job can be started at the Los Santos Meteor Building on Power Street in Strawberry. The job requires a player to travel and deliver 10 newspapers for a cash reward. There is a timer for this one, and it starts at 5 minutes. However, after each delivery, the timer will increase by 1 minute. Now, the crazy thing here is that you need to deliver these papers while using the provided Dinka thrust, which is by no means a quick vehicle. However, what Rockstar is allowing, at least as of today, is the player to use whatever vehicle they wish. Not sure if this is a miss on Rockstar's part or actually something they intended. Regardless, as it stands now, I would highly recommend using anything other than thrust. For me, I'm using my oppressor, and you can easily get all these papers delivered in about 5 or 6 minutes. And what's the payout, you ask? Well, each delivery will net you 250 RP and $1,250. Plus an additional tip based on the remaining time left you have after you complete the job. Oh, and you'll also unlock the trade price for the Dinka Thrust, and I'm still not sure if that's actually an incentive. And adding to this, if you deliver all the papers while using the Thrust, Rockstar will reward you with a $5,000 brand bonus, which maybe indicates that they are allowing you to use other vehicles. Anyway, if you also deliver 50 papers, you'll receive an additional $100,000. Alright, for scoring, here's what I got. Length of time. Well, for now, considering you can use any vehicle, I'm giving this a pass. Like I said, you can easily knock out the 10 paper delivery in around 5 or 6 minutes and collect around 20 grand for your troubles. Remember, last week was double bubble. So the normal payout for this is, like I said, around 20 grand, depending on the bonuses. As far as a playthrough experience, I'm giving this an average score. It's not bad, but it's not great either. Anyone who owns an acid lab is going to be bored after the first toss, which I was. Repeatability. Again, I'm giving this an average score. Delivering 10 papers isn't necessarily grueling, but because of the repetitive nature, you're gonna want to mix a whole bunch of other stuff in between. Okay, on with the next job, and that's going to be the forklift operator. For this one, you'll need to head to the Alpha Mail warehouse near LSIA. The task is pretty straightforward. You need to collect the pallets of goods located around the warehouse and then place them on a conveyor in groups of 3 to be sent away. There's a total of 5 unique categories of goods. These include the antique set, the counterfeit goods, hazardous goods, jewelry, and lastly, tobacco. So if you're keeping track at home, this equates to 15 different pallets you'll need to pick up and place. And huge disclaimer here. For some reason, operating a forklift on PS5 was, and still is, a royal pain. Again, if you've done any Kaio missions, operating forklift is going to be second nature. And for some reason, similar to the Kaio forklift, when I push the joystick to lift the pallet up, it sometimes goes down. And when I push the joystick to lower the pallet, it sometimes goes up. Incredibly frustrating. Please let me know if you're also having this issue, because for me, this was ultimately the deal breaker. I'll get to this in a moment, but first, the payout. You'll receive $4,000 for each van that you load. Each van holds 3 pallets. You'll also get a bonus of $2,000 added if you load 3 pallets of the same type, which will add $10,000 at the end. Doing all this in order, along with a special night shift bonus, is going to net you around $30,000, give or take. Alright, for the scoring, this is what I came up with. First, length of time. Well, I would imagine that if I never had the issues noted above, you could probably get this job completed in about 10 minutes. In my case, it was a nightmare. As you can see here, this one took me about 16 minutes to complete. For me, this gets a unanimous thumbs down. If I'm being honest, the already long 16 minutes felt like 16 hours. For the playthrough experience, again, horrible. A huge thumbs down. I think I can honestly say that I will never jump into this job again, unless Rockstar offers insane bonus money. And even then, it's a hard maybe. The issues I had with lifting and lowering, the fact that some pallets were tucked away in a manner that made it only possible to grab from one side, plus the mechanics of the forklift once you had the pallet, made this whole playthrough very painful. Okay, repeatability, again, thumbs way down on this one. Running around the tight confines of a warehouse with controls that basically don't work is not something I wish to repeat. Okay, lastly, we have the firefighter job. For this one, you need to head to the El Burro Heights fire station to kick things off. Once you do, you'll get the chance to complete 5 different random job scenarios from a total of 7 different scenarios. Those 7 scenarios are the following: putting out the fire of an oil tanker, burning vehicles, dumpster fires, burning buildings, a burning building with rescuing a resident, a gas leak, and finally, rescuing a cat. For all of Rockstar's jobs, that's a lot of variety. Oh, and one other thing to keep in mind is that if you destroy the fire truck or get a wanted level while doing this job, it's going to end and you'll fail the mission. As for the payout, the reward for each scenario is time-based, meaning the faster you complete the job, the more money you'll pocket. You always start out with $15,000 and it will slowly decrease the longer you take. So in an ideal world, you can theoretically earn $37,500, but expect a little less than this as some of the missions will take a little longer. So for the firefighter missions, I'm giving the following. Length of time, for this one, I'm giving it a thumbs up. Expect to spend roughly 5 minutes for each of the 5 different missions for a total time spent at around 15 minutes. Sometimes less and sometimes a little bit more. But to be honest, you don't really notice the time. At least I didn't, which helps. And why is that? Well, for the playthrough experience, for me, a huge thumbs up here. I really think Rockstar got it right with this one. On top of the 7 different scenarios and the 50 different locations that they can occur at, you're always going to be faced with a new experience. It will definitely keep you engaged. Okay, repeatability, again, a huge thumbs up. I've actually been throwing these jobs into my routine now because they're so fun. Like I said, the different scenarios and challenges you face make this something you will not get bored of. The only negative for this job, which can be said for all the jobs, is the payout. So in the end, my ranking would be the following. In last place, the forklift operator. Just way too glitchy and monotonous for my liking. In second place, the paper route. Not exactly peak interest activity here, but a decent payout for the time it's going to take you to complete. And coming in at numero uno on the list, the firefighter work. really tip my hat here to Rockstar. They've actually created an odd job that's not incredibly boring and not incredibly monotonous. Way to go, Rockstar. Alright, so that's my friend. Thank you for watching. As always, if you like this video and want to help out, please subscribe, give a thumbs up, and let me know what you think. Has anyone else tried out these new odd jobs yet? If so, is your ranking a little different than mine? If so, drop a comment below and let everyone know. Until next time, be happy, be always happy, my TV, the one Maestro.